My name's Andy. I built a new house in Virginia and it fell down around me. And what I found out was that the builder was actually violating the law. So I took it to the regulatory board thinking that they would do something about it. But that's not exactly what happened. Listen to this. That he's now admitting that he's used an unlicensed sub on his builds, all done during 2020. So you're talking 30, 40, 50 homes. And we reported to you, hey, the foundational portion of our home was done by an unlicensed contractor. And there's no ability to report that. That's concerning.
My understanding on the unlicensed sub issue is that the investigator got a list of all the subs that were used on the job, found two who did not have a license, one of whom acquired the license between when the work was done and the complaint was filed. And for the other one, there was not enough evidence to suggest or to determine that they were doing unlicensed contracting, because they were also a cleaning company.
That's absolutely false. So this conversation is with the compliance director, who is supposed to ensure that everyone is being given equal access to protection under the law in the way that the trials, the hearings, the regulatory issues are being addressed. And we had this conversation because all of the evidence was removed from the file 2 months prior during an informal fact-finding meeting. And the contractor himself says directly to DPOR what these contractors were used for.
What is Joanna's Painting and Cleaning? That is the company that we used that did the initial and final painting of the home prior to selling. And I would also bring them back at the, once the 11-month list was submitted of paint touch-up to be done, they would be the ones that would come back and complete that.
So what this conversation confirms is that DPOR was fully aware that there were unlicensed subcontractors used in the build at my house. The framing contractor, who is the biggest offender, is unlicensed, never received a license. They applied for one years ago and it never went through. DPOR handles those records. All it takes is a simple search to confirm whether or not they are licensed. So either they didn't do the search or they searched it and they came up with a similarly named company. And the similarly named company was formed by a legislator's law firm. But that company was created 2 years after my home was built, not before, and is owned by the builder. That license is terminated now, too. As far as the painters go, they were a Class C contractor. They should have never taken a job outside of their classification, but I don't have a contract with them. I have a contract with my builder.